Is this the end of everything? Did Taehyung decide to leave BTS? And why does Jungkook look so sorry and devastated that he makes millions of soldiers around the world cry? A shocking news emerged that made the BTS global community in uproar. Taehyung, who has been known to be the most calm and loyal, is rumored to have taken a very controversial and profound decision. But is this decision really about leaving the group? Or is there something much bigger going on behind the scenes? The atmosphere of fandom changed drastically in a matter of hours. ARMY, which was originally celebrating the members' return to civilian activities, was suddenly presented with a very surprising news, a vague signal from Taehyung that led the public to speculate that he had devised a move away from BTS. It was not just a break or a solo project, but completely closed the chapter in the history of the legendary group. The signal came from exclusive interviews, mysterious posts, and, most shockingly, an emotional response from Jungkook, who seemed to blame himself for something that wasn't clearly expressed. In the latest live recording, Jungkook is seen sitting alone, his eyes puffy, his voice broken, and the only sentence thrown from him is one: "I'm too late." The sentence, though short, struck the watching ARMY's heart like a sledgehammer. They wonder, too late for what? Did he talk about trying to persuade Taehyung to stay? Are there any personal regrets that he has been hiding? ARMY knew that such words never came out without reason from Jungkook, who had been known to be reserved and cautious in speech. Signs that something is changing have actually been felt since the beginning of this year. Taehyung has posted a number of reflective, thought-provoking posts about change, the end of a phase, and a call from the heart. Even in one of his interviews with leading international magazines, he briefly mentioned that life is too short to spend in confusion and that he wants to pursue something completely himself. The lines were initially considered part of his creative process, considering that he was indeed active in his solo projects. But now, it all sounds like veiled farewell messages. Another surprising news came from internal HYBE. An anonymous staffer who declined to be named told a local media outlet that the atmosphere at the company's headquarters had changed since the members' return. Taehyung looks aloof often. He comes rehearsals, recording, but not too much interaction. Even when all the members gather for a meeting about a future project, he doesn't seem to be fully present emotionally. There is a distance, and it feels so good. This statement instantly ignited a chain reaction. Are there any internal conflicts that have been covered up? Or is this a sign that something has really changed fundamentally? What made the public even more emotional was the response from Jungkook, who is now the center of attention. He hasn't looked so devastated since the live incident that brought him to tears during a concert a few years ago. But this time, his facial expression carried a different weight. During the 7-minute live broadcast, she repeatedly appeared to be trying to hold back tears. He didn't explain anything directly, but the sentences he said, like, "I should have been more sensitive," and "I think we'll walk together longer," indicated that he knew very well the cause of Taehyung's decision, and more than that, he felt guilty. Questions arise. Was there something Jungkook did wrong? Is their friendship going through an insurmountable test? Fans try to piece together pieces from every clip, live, and statement in the past. Some even brought up an old interview piece in which Taehyung once mentioned that everyone has their own path, and maybe one day we should go our own way. At that time, the phrase was considered a philosophical reflection, but now it sounds very prophetic. Observers of the entertainment industry began to voice their opinions. Some said that the pressures BTS is experiencing as a global group, coupled with expectations from fandom and the media, can be an overwhelming burden. Especially after the military phase that separated them for almost 2 years, the dynamics within the group could have changed. Taehyung, who is known to be sensitive and artistic, may feel it's time to pursue his identity fully outside of BTS's shadow. But does it mean farewell? From the management side, HYBE still has not given an official clarification. They only stated that the members are in transition to new projects and their every move is the result of a long discussion. However, there is no statement that expressly denies that Taehyung will be leaving the group. The absence of this clarification only increased concern among fans. Many of them began to create online petitions asking HYBE to explain the real situation. Some even urged Taehyung himself to provide direct clarification so as not to add to speculation. But perhaps the most emotional part of all of this is how armies around the world are responding with overwhelming love. They made an international collaboration video that contained a message for Taehyung to stay put, stating that BTS is not just a group, but a home, and every member is its foundation. In Seoul, fans even made a large mural of Taehyung and the words, "You are not alone. Please stay." This scene is proof that fans' love is not just about the music, but a deep emotional attachment. But the question remains, will Taehyung really leave BTS? Or is this just part of the introspection process before the new chapter begins? And if he does leave, what will be the fate of BTS in the future? Are they going to stick with 6? Or is this the beginning of a bigger breakup? The answer to all these questions is not yet clear. But one thing is certain, Jungkook is very sorry. Regret is not something that can be made up. His blank gaze, trembling voice, and body gestures revealed wounds that could not be explained in words. In one of the leaked clips, Jungkook is seen sitting alone in the studio with his earphones on, playing old BTS songs and repeatedly replaying the part sung by Taehyung. A sight that cuts to the heart of anyone who sees it. The ARMY can only hope that all this is just hearsay, that Taehyung just needs some alone time, that Jungkook will speak more openly and heal the wounds that now seem so deep. But until that time comes, the world can only wait, with a beating heart, teary eyes, and hope that hasn't been extinguished. Because for ARMY, BTS is not just a music group. They're family. And separation, if it really happens, will be a collective wound that is very difficult to heal. Is this really the end of an era? Or is it just a dark cloud before sunrise again? Only time can answer. But one thing is certain, this story is not over yet. And the world will not stop staring, waiting and praying. But behind all the anxiety, speculation, and tears that have flowed from millions of ARMY around the world, the real reality is far from what has been heralded. After a huge wave of fears that Taehyung would be leaving BTS, a number of reliable sources finally provided clarifications that were able to ease concerns and restore calm amid the fandom. The final conclusion was surprising, but also a relief. The news about Taehyung leaving BTS was not true. The facts revealed recently prove that all these issues are just the result of misunderstanding, overinterpretation of gestures, speech, as well as certain moments taken out of context. Taehyung's posts, which were previously considered farewell signals, turned out to be just reflective personal expressions, with no direct connection to his status as a BTS member. He is known as an artistic person and deep in thought, but that does not mean every statement contains a hidden message about the plan to step down. Similarly, Jungkook's expression seemed emotional in his live broadcast. After looking deeper, it turned out that the moment had nothing to do with any decision from Taehyung, but was caused by his longing for his time with the members before his military service. Even in post-military interviews, Jungkook publicly stated that he was looking forward to the moment when they all return and perform on stage, as one clarification also came directly from the HYBE side. In an official statement released amid heavy media speculation, the agency confirmed that all BTS members, including Taehyung, remain bound by a long-term plan that has been drawn up together, and there are no talks or decisions regarding the exit of any of the members. They even added that the rumors circulating are very detrimental, both for the mental of the artists and the community of fans who have been dedicated with unlimited love and support. Even more convincing is the statement from Taehyung himself. In a weverse live session a few days after the rumors peaked, Taehyung appeared relaxed and brushed off all worries with his trademark smile. He made it clear that he wasn't going anywhere. "I know many are worried and think too far just because I rarely show up. But trust me, I'm just focusing on music and personal projects. BTS remains my home, and I never had any thoughts of leaving it," he said with a chuckle. ARMY's reaction changed drastically from sadness to great relief. Many have noticed that their love for BTS sometimes makes them too sensitive to every little change. This moment is an important reminder that in the age of social media and the rapid spread of information, not everything in sight reflects reality. Emotions can obscure logic, and worry can make us see something that doesn't really exist. Now, the fans are back together in a more positive spirit. They turned their energy from anxiety into full support for Taehyung, Jungkook, and the rest of the BTS members in their every move. In fact, this incident indirectly strengthened the bond between the members and the army. Taehyung and Jungkook, who had been at the center of the issue, now show their closeness more openly, as if to remove all worries and affirm that their friendship remains as strong as ever. The conclusion from all this is very clear. The news that Taehyung is leaving BTS is not true. There is no valid basis, no official decision, and no indication to support the rumors. On the contrary, it seems that the BTS members are now more solid and ready to step together into a new phase in their career journey. The future of BTS is not about separation, but rather about transformation and growth lived together.